Hey, it's LK, and today I am going to try something different. I love doing challenges, but I've never actually done a challenge where anybody's really going to see the result of the challenge, so this is going to be interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I've decided to do a kind of a variation of like a random pack challenge. So it's going to be 3 different packs that I can use plus base game. If we go over to the website, here we are, the James Turner website. And we're using the Sims 4 random pack generator, and I've chosen to have the number of results as 3, and then it can randomize any of these packs, and I do have all the packs. Yeah, I've spent a lot of money on The Sims, but I love it. It's what I love, right? Anyway, and I've decided to include at least 1 expansion pack, 1 game pack, and 1 stuff pack. So that means I'm going to get 1 of each to work with plus base game. So let's go ahead and generate and see what kind of house we're going to be making today. Okay. Please not spooky stuff. Okay! Okay. So vintage glamour stuff is okay. Not my favorite, but okay. And I can see how that could maybe go a spa day a little bit. Those two I can maybe see going together. But then they have to throw in Discovery University. So that's going to be interesting because that's a completely different aesthetic. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let's jump into the game and see what I can come up with? I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Hey, alright, so we're just jumping into the build now. So I finished this build yesterday from the day I'm recording this. And yeah, I went for more of a modern look. You know what? This was a lot harder than I anticipated. Now, I've done challenges just on my own, just in my own time before, and I always really enjoy them. I like having, I don't know, just when you're limited, it makes you be a little more creative. I don't know how creative I really got with this build, to be honest. Yeah, it was difficult. And you know what's funny? I noticed that, so Vintage Glamour is just a stuff pack. So it has like the least amount of stuff, but it's the pack I probably used the most. And then Spa Day I used like a fair amount of. And then Discover University, which is an expansion pack, which has the most stuff, I used the least amount of stuff from that. Like, I went so backwards, and I think I made it harder on myself. But to me, it was easier for me to lean into the aesthetic of, like that glamour aesthetic from vintage glamour stuff. And Spa Day can lend itself very nicely to that as well. So I went with kind of like blacks and whites. Then the bedroom upstairs gets like a purple accent color. The downstairs gets kind of like yellows and blues. It's really pretty. It's not anything like too fancy. I mean this house is fancy. Like I could not afford this home, but it's definitely it's nothing like too crazy. I don't know. I like how it turns out. I mean, the shape of the house I find it kind of cool. It kind of looks like a bird. I mean, not really. That's like a very abstract bird, like a bird that's been through some stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I like this build. I do really like the build, but it was hard. It took me a long time to do this build. Like, I had to speed up this footage. I had to cut out a lot of stuff. That's why you're gonna see a lot of jump cuts. Yeah, it was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be. And I used a lot of base game. I feel like this build could easily have just been base game with a lot of the stuff I did. I mean, obviously you'd have to replace, like, the counters were from Spa Day, and then a lot of the artwork. Oh my god, this made me realize just how little artwork there is in base game. Because basically all the artwork I used came from the packs that most of them came from the packs that I was allowed to use, because there's like no artwork in base game. So if you just have base game, I am sorry on behalf of this on behalf of the Sims team that I am not a part of. I am sorry. Like, I forgot how difficult it was. For me, it was so long ago because I've been buying all the packs as they come out, right? It is so hard. Ugh. Anyway, so we just really leaned into that spa feel. So very clean lines, fresh, modern. It's pretty. This house is not my style. It's too glamorous for me personally. I think it's really pretty. I'd like to go to a spa with this kind of like look and feel to it, but it's not really personally like the space I would want to live in. It's a little too stark for me. I don't know. I tried to add some personality though. The bedroom, I mean, behind the bed, it's gonna get some personality. You'll see in a moment, like, you know, it has personality. It's just not my personality. Anyway, so yeah, I spent a lot of time doing the backyard, and then I realized, why am I spending so much time in the backyard? Like, because it was mostly base game stuff. Like, what am I doing? This isn't even a challenge at this point. I don't know. I think I was afraid to actually start doing the challenge. It sounds so ridiculous to say, but it was like, I just got overwhelmed, and I'm like, I'm just gonna work on my backyard for a little, and then finally I jumped back into it. So we're just doing the downstairs bathroom right now, and it's fun. Oh man, I went through quite a few different layouts with it, and that's what I ended up with that you saw. And then I'm using spa day counters because, I mean, they're not my favorite. I will not use them if I don't really have to. I hardly ever use them. I don't like the handle on them. I find it weird. Personally, it's not my taste, like I said. But I figured, you know what, this is the right time to use it. I mean, I could have used base game, but that's not in the spirit of the challenge, and I already, like, chickened out in so many other ways. This challenge is kind of a fail. The house is not a fail, but the challenge was kind of a fail on my half. Like, I used almost no Discover University, and that's just kind of ridiculous because that's the pack that had the most stuff. But I basically only used it for Windows. I'm trying to think of anything else that I use Discover University for, and I cannot think of anything. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah. But in the end, like I said, like, it looks nice. The house is quite nice. It's only a 1-bedroom, but it does have 2 bathrooms, a nice guest bathroom and a nice ensuite. So that's nice. I guess I've been building a lot of houses for very successful Sims. Because, again, like, this is not a cheap house. I don't remember how much it actually comes out to. But, yeah, it's not a cheap house. So, it would be definitely a more successful sim that would live here. Or if you play with cheats. Personally, when I actually play the game, which hasn't been in a while, but when I play the game, I don't really play with cheats. I find that for me, it diminishes the fun. Because I'm more of a strategic player. But that's just me. Anyway, I don't know how I got on that tangent. So I'm just placing down items in the living room, which I actually ended up really liking. And okay, I edited this super fast, so I can't even keep up with the video. You can see that I did like a really cool accent wall behind the master bed. And I originally went with this blue theme, but then I was like, you know what, I've been doing too many of these tealy blue color schemes lately. Like, I just finished one that I don't know if I'm going to make a video about, but I just finished a build that very much had like this black, white, and blue scheme. So I was like, you know what, let's just do something a little different. So I went with this like bright purple, which I think looks really cool. So there's a little bit of a separation from the upstairs to the downstairs. So I don't know, it's really cool. I like the purple. It's not my taste, like I said. Like, this is not how I would decorate a house. It's very glamorous, but I do think it's beautiful. Like, it's really pretty. It's just not... I don't know, it doesn't match my personality personally, but yeah, I don't know, I like it. So I'm just adding in some of the finishing touches here, and this is where like the build really came together, was adding in the clutter. Oh my god, though, clutter was so hard to find. Clutter and artwork was just difficult. It was difficult. I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoy this build. Yeah, let me know. Did I fail? Did I completely fail? I don't know. I kind of feel like I did. I mean, the house itself, like I said, the house is not a fail, but the challenge, it wasn't, maybe not a fail, but maybe like a C. I give myself a C. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below. I would really appreciate that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.